Hi folks, this is a video walkthrough of how to look for an academic journal article in the Helen Miller Bailey Library. So you're going to start at Google. You're going to type in ELAC library and you're going to click on library at ELAC, and let me make this a little bit bigger. You'll see that there's some options over here on the left, and I already found the option I'm looking for, find articles. So click on find articles, and underneath it you'll see databases. Click on databases, and then it'll take you to this page. Right here you'll see popular article databases, and my favorite ones to use are EBSCO, JSTOR, or OneSearch. Okay, so those are the top three that I like. So let's click on EBSCO. Now, if you are doing this off-site, meaning you're not at campus, which a lot of us aren't, they're gonna prompt you to log in. They're not gonna do it to me. Like if I was to click on EBSCO right now, I don't think they'll ask me to log in because I was logged in earlier. But they might ask you to log in when you go in here. And also make sure to disable any pop-up blockers. Your login info is your student ID number, that's your username, and your password is capital E, lowercase l, lowercase a, lowercase c, and then your month of birth, your 2-digit month of birth, and your 2-digit day of birth. Okay, so let's click on EBSCO so I can show you how to do an article search. In the assignment guidelines that I set up for you, I had an example in there saying that I wanted to know the effects of deportation on children. So I'm going to type in the search word effects and I'm sorry, not effects. I'm going to put deportation. Sorry, I got turned around. Deportation is one of the subjects, and the other one is the effects on children. And sometimes the words that you use may not populate anything. So just play around with different words. Maybe use a thesaurus, like to see if there's a more precise word or a different word that may pop up stuff, in the search. So search. Okay, so right here you'll see like the main page of the EBSCO. The first thing I want you to do is go over here to the left hand side. I want you to click, make sure that that's clicked, the full text, and make sure that this one has a check mark next to it, scholarly peer-reviewed journals, and then make sure that the date range over here is 2005 to 2020. I don't want you guys to do anything older than that. So, and click anywhere. After you put in the date, click anywhere and it'll update it. You'll see. Okay, so now it's updated. Remember the other thing to keep in mind, I don't want any articles less than 10 pages. So as you're going through these titles, also scan over here on the second line to see how many pages it is. So 40 pages, right? This one's 5 pages. This one's 71 pages. Whoa, I don't want 71 pages either. I don't want you guys to read that much. Oh, here's one that looks fine, 14 pages. So this is this seems like a good one to start with. So if you want to see a little bit more detail on the article, you can click on the article, the title. You click on the article title and you go in, and here you go. So here's the article title. Remember all the information I was asking you for in section 1? Here you go. Here's the title. Here are the authors. There could be multiple authors, right? Right here I have 3. Where's the source? It's not going to be EBSCO. That's the database. The source is the journal here. So New Directions for Child and Adolescent Development. I want to know the year published, 2018. I want to know the page range, right? It's 13 to 26 pages, so 14 pages. And right here, the abstract is like the summary before you get into the article. It's like a little summary that they give you, like an intro. So right here, it's giving you like a brief summary of like, the displacement in the world, and it's telling you about Angola and Kenya. So this would work. This article would work, but I really want you folks to focus on the United States. So I'm just gonna exit out of this one and see if I can find one that features the US. All right. So nurturing. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's one that is from the US. See how it says US right there? So let's click on this one. And there are the authors. Here is the source. Geopolitics is the name of the journal. there's the page rate, 17 pages, and then look at the abstract. So this one's talking about deportations from the U.S., and it's talking about, you know, the cascading effects of travel and trauma for families remaking lives across. So this is exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm ready to read this. Let's read it. Okay, when you're ready to read it, you can go to the left-hand side over here and click on PDF full text. And here's the article. There you go. So typically you will see the abstract, that little summary at the beginning of the article. Then there'll be an introduction which kind of tells you, here's the stuff that we read, or here's what's going on in the world, and this is why we decided to do this study. In the methods section, they will tell you what, what methods they decided to use for their study. And so here we have, it looks like it's grounded in participant observation, or at least that's what I'm reading in the third and fourth line. So participant observation, and they'll tell you who it is that they, like, we use participants, individual gender identities. They give you all the information when it comes to like how many people they interviewed. Look right here, semi-structured interviews for 22 Latinxes, ages ranging from 7 to 60. That's the sort of information I want from your in your part section 2. I'm sorry, I think it's section 3. Section 3 of your assignment. And then this is what you would call a qualitative study. We didn't really get into that too much, but some studies are more numbers based, some studies are more experience based, like where they interview people to see how they're doing, versus like you asking a question like how many people are divorced, right? That's another way to approach a study. So right here you see a theme. There's forced transnationality. Right here there's gonna come up another theme, maybe eating, standing up, family traumas, a forced transnationality. Then keep on going, you'll probably find another theme, remaking families across borders. And then finally you will see the conclusion. So what conclusions do the researchers draw from this article? So I want to show you one more. Let me just pause the recording. So here's another one. I think that this one would be pretty useful, especially right now that a lot of people are talking about conspiracies. So conspiracy theories. I don't know what else I want to add, like in terms of the search word. So I'm just gonna start by saying conspiracy theories, and I already hit search before I even started recording the video. But so I'm looking at some of these. They're definitely not the amount of pages that I want, like 18 pages. This one's 39 pages. I mean, that's not bad, 39 pages. Like communicating to the public in the era of conspiracy theory. This one's 8 pages, but like I want to make sure I'm staying within the range. So understanding conspiracy theories. Let's see what this one is. This one's 33 pages. Not bad. It's not 10 pages, but it's not so long that I might lose interest. Here's another one that's 12 pages, but I'm going to look at this one here just for your reference. If I find something that if it's too difficult to get through, then I'll just show you another sample that I had beforehand. So this is from the journal Political Psychology. Here's all the authors. Look at all those authors. And the abstract says that scholarly efforts to understand conspiracy theories have grown significantly recent in years, and there's now a broad and interdisciplinary literature. In reviewing this body of work, we asked three specific questions. First, what are the factors associated? And then next, how are conspiracy theories communicated? This one seems like a pretty interesting one. So let me look at the PDF full text. So there you go, the beginning, the abstract, and then they get into it. They get into their intro, maybe the literature that they read, definitions. They want to tell you, like, they're defining what a conspiracy theory is. Right here, there are attempts to explain the ultimate causes of significant social and political events. They're also looking at another term because they're trying to operationalize their variables. So they're telling you, we're also going to define this other thing that we're going to talk about, conspiracy belief. So, they're just a conspiracy mindset, it says, conspiracy theorist. So they're defining all their different terminology that they're going to use. Now, how did they measure these different things? This is kind of like the methods section right here. So to measure the belief, they asked respondents through surveys if they believe in particular conspiracy theories, such as 9/11, assassination of JFK, Princess Diana. So basically, this is going to be a survey analysis. They created a scale to be able to measure people's belief in conspiracies. So this is like a survey, okay? And then they'll tell you other things and how many people they surveyed. Like right here, I'm seeing 15 questions. So that means that they had to answer 15 questions. And then their surveys allow large scale and representative data to be collected. So that's why they decided to use the surveys. But again, in here, you'll be able to find like how many people they surveyed and all that. And then they came up with different reasons, right? Like on why people adopt conspiracy theories, social motives, maybe it has something to do with demographic factors, like where you are in the world, and then ideology and motivated reasoning. So this is a long article, so I'm going to try to skip to the very bottom where they talk about conclusions. Conclusions. And future directions, and then it also has like let's see if they have another thing. Final remarks. So those two little areas would have been like where they kind of wrap up their study and they tell you this is what we found. Okay, so every article is a little different. You kind of have to like figure it out for yourself. Like, this one said measurements, the article previous said methods, so sometimes you got to figure that out. Sometimes you'll find studies that have like a bunch of charts and like all this data that you're like, what are they saying? They use all these statistical terms. Don't worry about that just yet. That'll be later for when you get into your, bachelor's, master's. Right now, just, skip through those sections, get to the parts that I'm interested in, which are the questions that I set out for you in the guidelines. Okay. So anyhow, I hope that gave you like a informative like view of how to do a academic journal article search.